Namo Phat. Thanks so much for joining me for our daily practice check-in. Listen, listen, listen. This wonderful sound calls us back to our true home. The fifth mindfulness training. Aware of the suffering caused by unmindful consumption, I vow to cultivate good health, both physical and mental, for myself, my family, and my society by practicing mindful eating, drinking, and consuming. I will ingest only items that preserve peace, well-being, and joy in my body and my consciousness, and in the collective body and consciousness of my family and society. I'm determined not to use alcohol or any other items that contain toxins, such as certain TV programs, magazines, books, films, and conversations. I'm aware that to damage my body or my consciousness with these poisons is to betray my ancestors, my parents, my society, and future generations. I will work to transform violence, fear, anger, and confusion in myself and in society by practicing a diet for myself and for society. I understand that a proper diet is crucial for self-transformation and the transformation of society. For our Dharma lessons, we're reading More Than Mindfulness, Widening the Field of Practice by the Monastics of the Thai Forest Sangha. Today we're continuing in a talk by Ajahn Sona called Focused Attention, Panoramic Awareness. Mindfulness as the sentry, and mindfulness also as memory. The original meaning of the word is memory. This is another area you will come across if you study Buddhism. You will find that there's a whole school of people that are interested in etymology, the sources of the words, what the Sanskrit roots are, and all that. I often think that it has a very limited real relevance. The Buddha reformed and reused words in the way he wished to. The original meaning of sati is just purely memory in Sanskrit, but the way the Buddha is using it is remembering the instructions heard from early in your life. You have instructions that your parents gave you, that your teachers gave you. You got these instructions when learning crafts and skills and the general attitudes to life. The problem is some people do not seem to be able to remember them. This is what comes out of the mouths of mothers talking to their children. How many times have I told you not to do that? And then the kid looks up, having a sudden moment of remembrance. Right, oh, yes, you did tell me that every single day for the last 3 years. It is amazing how we can forget that. It's not forgetting a name or how to do maths. It's that we should do maths. How do you forget that? It's very easy. When you're a teenager, you're suddenly sent out into the world attempting to become an adult, and you may not have any idea how to manage money. You keep coming up short at the end of every month, and you're mystified as to why. It's because you don't pay attention to the numbers. You have basic mathematical skills, and if you record every cup of coffee that you buy, you'll find out why you don't have any money at the end of the month. Somehow we have amnesia. We blank out. We don't pay attention. This is what the Buddha is talking about as the aspect of sati. We don't remember things that were told to us many times exquisitely and precisely, with many a simile and many a helpful way of remembering. He gives you 5 this, 7 that, 8 this, just basically what you can count on your hands. Remember the 10 commandments? 2 tablets, 5 commandments on each tablet. Does that make any sense? Yeah, 2 hands, just a handful. When we say you lack mindfulness, it's not necessarily the fact that you can't pay attention. There are all kinds of things that you can pay attention to. Whatever grabs your interest, you can pay attention to. But you may be paying attention to something and forget you have an appointment. You don't have a sense of the appropriate attention. A big part of mindfulness is appropriate attention. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. Namo Phat. Thanks so much for joining me today.